everybody. KARYN Hall here from the Darien Y Pilates instructor, giving you about a 25 to 30 minute beginner level Pilates class to hopefully keep you moving and or get you moving if you're struggling on what to do. So I'll ask you to just find a comfortable place to be. Ideally have a mat or something cushiony but a little bit supportive to lie on. We're not going to get any props, so it's really just yourself, some comfortable clothes, and a place to lie down. We're mostly going to stay seated, so just prop your computer up where you can see me, and let's get started. Everybody's going to lie down to start. You can have your knees bent, and just take a couple breaths here, kind of finding that comfortable position, letting your body relax. We all have a lot of tension right now. Just taking a couple deep breaths. And as you're breathing, maybe think about opening up to the chest, letting the shoulders fall down at the sides, dropping down and away from the ears. Take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Keep breathing in this way, just breathing in deeply through the nose and exhaling through your mouth. We're changing the breath pattern from what you normally do, bringing some intention to your breathing. In through the nose and exhale. Let's warm up the pelvis a little bit before we start to move too much. So coming in that lying down position, bring some thought to how your feet are placed. Your second toe should be in line with the ankle, in line with the kneecap. So you have two perfect lines from the second toe through the ankle, through the kneecap, to the top of the hip. And you can even put your fingers there on that bony point at the top of the pelvis to feel those two straight lines grounding you in place. The pelvis is stable. And then notice that tiny curve, that soft curve in the lower lumbar spine. This is a neutral, supported spine position. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, press the spine. Your pelvis tilts slightly as you press the spine down into the mat with the exhalation. And then come back to neutral as you inhale. Again, exhale to imprint, really pressing the spine down, and then come back to neutral. It's a tiny movement. You're moving with the exhalation, and then coming back on the inhalation. Two more, just like that. Really thinking about the pelvis rocking over your fixed femur bones, your thigh bones. The only thing that's moving here is your pelvis rocking over the thigh bones. Come back to neutral. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, exaggerate that arch just slightly, ever so slightly, gently, as you exhale, and then come back to neutral. Inhale. Exhale with the arch. Just a little exaggerated movement, and come back to neutral. We're just rocking the pelvis in the other direction. Exhale, and inhale. Let's put that all together. You're going to exhale with the arch. Inhale through your neutral spine, and then exhale to imprint. Good, continuous movement. Inhaling in neutral, exhaling with the arch. Inhale back through your neutral spine, and then exhale with an imprint. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, exhale to arch. Inhale through neutral, exhale to imprint. One last time. Inhale, nice soft moves. We're warming up the pelvis here, and come back to your neutral spine. Holding here. Again, noticing that tiny little soft curve in the lower lumbar spine. That's a beautiful supportive position for your spine. We're going to try to maintain that as you slowly unweight your right foot. Take 2 fingers on each hand. Place them on the top of your pelvis on that bony point as you slowly lift your right leg into a tabletop position. Holding here. If you can maintain a neutral pelvis without feeling any gripping in the hip flexor, that's where the thigh meets the crease where your thigh is meeting the hip. There's no gripping here. You're just going to hold here. And now imagining a sharpened pencil point on the tip of your kneecap on the right knee. Just trace a tiny little circle on the ceiling. You're just rotating the thigh bone. Again, take those 2 fingers on top of the pelvis, your pelvis is not moving. It's a tiny little movement. Pause, reverse your circle. Just stirring that bone in the hip socket, trying to open up that joint, trying to get a deep set of the thigh bone in the hip socket. Pause here. Gently let that right foot come down onto the mat. Keeping your pelvis level, you're going to slowly unweight that left foot and bring your leg up into a tabletop position. The knee is directly over the hip socket, and now circle. Just stirring the thigh bone, the femur bone, the heaviest bone in your body, letting gravity pull that bone deeper into the hip socket. Reverse your circle. Again, trying to keep the hips as steady as possible, as little movement as you can. You staying with me? Just warming up right now. Pause here and hold. Inhale. Trying to keep a neutral spine. If you can, slowly unweight the right foot. Both legs are lifted, knees are together, ankles are together, shins parallel to the floor. If you can hold a neutral spine, go ahead and do that. If you feel any tension in the mid or upper back as you're holding, go ahead and imprint the spine. That's okay. You want to use your lower abdominals to support the weight of your legs. It's a lot of load in your legs. We're supporting that with our strong abdominals. Inhaling here. Palms are down at the sides. Slowly drop the right toe down towards the mat, and then pull that leg back up with your abdominals, dropping it down. Pulling, alternating toe taps. Dropping the right leg down, tapping that toe, just alternating. Trying to think about what's moving here. Your knee joint is bending. You're flexing at the hip, but pretty much everything else is stable, still, and controlled. You should really feel the abdominals kicking in. If you're not feeling it, maybe slow it down a little bit. Bring some attention, dropping the belly button down towards the spine. Last set. Good, and hold, inhaling here. Palms are at your sides. As you exhale, nod chin to chest, and now reach your fingertips along the mat, maybe letting them float just off the floor. Keeping your gaze right at thigh level, so you want to keep them in between the knees, maybe even right to the hip crease or the belly button. Taking a look there, holding. Dropping the belly button down towards the spine. We're going to go into the hundreds. Inhale. Exhale, pumping the arms. Try to keep that breathing pattern. Inhale and exhale. Keep breathing. You can bring one hand behind your head if you feel any neck strain, but keep trying to use your abdominals and keep deepening the engagement with every exhalation. Holding the engagement as you inhale. If this is all working for you, you can extend the legs up towards the ceiling, maybe even dropping them down for the last 3 breaths. Inhale. Long exhalation. Deep inhale. Long exhalation, last breath. You got this. Inhale and exhale. Pull the knees in. Bring your head gently down into the mat, and then just rock. Whew. Getting warm. Circle a couple times, maybe 3 or 4 in each direction, alternating, whatever feels good. Bring your feet back down onto the mat, extending the legs out straight, nodding chin to chest, and then coming up straight and tall. We're going to go right into the roll-up. I'm going to stay side so you can see what's going on here, but I want you to think as you're sitting up straight and tall, facing me. Really move the flesh out of the way so you can feel the sit bones. You want the bottom of the pelvis to make a connection, those even, almost as if there's 2 tiny little bathroom scales registering equal weight and pressure underneath each sit bone, so you have an even, firm, controlled, supported stance before you go into the roll-up. Your legs are extended straight. Your arms are straight out in front of you. Drop the shoulders down and open up the collarbones. Take an inhale and come back with a hinge. Holding here. Check the shoulders again. A lot of times they want to creep up towards your ears. Really draw them down. Let the collarbones be open as you inhale. And now as you exhale, draw the belly button towards the spine. You're rocking the pelvis, dragging your heels along the floor as you slowly articulate the spine. This is an articulation exercise. All the way down. When the shoulder blades hit, the arms go behind you. Inhale, the arms come up. Exhale, shoulders plug down, now chin to chest. And now peeling the spine, trying to keep your heels down on the floor. That's the hard part. Rounding forward. Stay rounded as you roll back. Think about scooping out the belly. Get that articulation. Lower back, middle back, upper back, shoulder blades hit. Arms go behind, trying to keep the rib cage from flaring as your arms go back. Shoulders plug down, now chin to chest. Rolling up. Stay rounded as we roll forward. Stay rounded as we roll back. All the way down, good. Last one. Arms come up, shoulders plug down with the exhale, now chin to chest. Scooping out the belly, round it forward. And come all the way up nice and straight and tall. I'm gonna turn to face you for saw. Again, you're sitting up nice and straight and tall. Get the flesh out of the way so you feel those sit bones grounding you in place. You're gonna open your legs up just really outside the shoulders. Think about it if you're using a mat, just outside the mat. Arms are out to the side, shoulders plugged down, inhale here. As you exhale, keeping the pelvis straight and level, pressing down on those sits bones, twist in one direction. And now reach that pinky toe. Reach the little finger over the pinky toe. Reach, reach, reach. Restack the spine first and come back to center. Let's do that to the other side. Twist and reach. Reach here. Get that big stretch. Restack and twist. Good. Restack. Back to center one more time. Each side. Twist and reach. Back to center. Last time. Restack. Back to center. Legs come together. Sitting up straight and tall. Let's roll it back one more time. Head comes all the way down. Pull your right knee in. And just give yourself a little hug here. Get that stretch in the right leg. And now extend that right toe up towards the ceiling. Your palms are down on the floor. Now in this position, you've got a lot of stretch happening. So if you need to bend the left leg and get yourself situated, that's fine. If you can hold your pelvis level with your left leg down, that's great too. Either is fine. Pointing the right toe. Cross the leg across the body. Circle it down, bring it straight back up. Cross, circle, straight back up. Good. You can keep those two fingers on the hip points to try to steady the pelvis. Sometimes we end up sort of doing this big circle. That's a twist in the back. We're really trying to get mobility in the hips. One more time. Pausing here, let's reverse that. Drop it down. Cross, circle up. Keep going. Using the breath. Your legs are long. That's a lot of work to pull the leg up. Get the abdominals working to pull the leg up and hold. Scissor the legs. Again, you can bend that right leg for a little more support and stability, or send it long and get the bigger stretch, whatever works for you. Cross the left leg across. Circle down and up. Whew, I'm getting warm. Good. The shoulders are still pressing down. Again, think about what's not moving here. From the hip to the shoulder to the crown of the head, all stable. Your core is working to hold that stable. Pause and reverse. Straight down, cross, circle up. Keep breathing. Last one. Good. Bend both knees. Pull the right leg in again. Send that right leg up. And just a gentle hamstring stretch again. You can let the left leg come down if that feels good. Just pulling gently behind the calf. Bending the right knee. Let's do that on the other side. Left leg pulls in. Everybody sometimes needs a little extra stretch. I know I don't do enough. Send the left leg up. And just pull gently. Take some notice if one side is a little more tight than the other. Usually one side is. And bend that knee, bring the leg down, not chin to chest, and roll up to a seated position. We're gonna go right into the abdominal series. Your right leg is bent. Taking the right hand on the right ankle, the left hand goes just underneath the right knee. I always remind people, if your right hand is on the knee and your left hand's on the ankle, you're pulling the knee away instead of creating this nice, tight, supported core. So you really want to get that left hand taking the knee more across to the midline of the body, holding everything tight and strong. Press your chest against your thigh, trying to get as straight and tall as possible. Lifting that left leg up, left toe stays pointed, inhale. As you exhale, lift the right heel up, and then dragging that right toe as you curl through the low back, and recline back just to where your shoulder blades, the tips of the shoulder blades are touching the mat. And let's switch. It's the single leg stretch, switching the hands as you switch the legs. This is a stretch. You really want to stretch that leg. It's as much about stretching the leg away from you as it is about that gentle hug on the knee as you pull it in. One more set. Both knees come in, take an inhale. Keeping your gaze right at mid-thigh or even down to the hip crease, inhale. As you exhale, reach everything long. Circle the arms and pull in the legs. Good, reach. Inhale as you pull it in. And reach. Keeping your head, neck, and shoulders lifted the whole time if you can. It's hard. If you need some extra support here, just take your hands behind your head and move the legs. That's fine too. Let's do 2 more. And hold. Right leg goes up towards the ceiling. Taking your arms behind the calf or maybe behind the thigh. Again, what's comfortable for you helps you stay supported. Scissor the legs. You're just catching the leg and switching. Keeping your gaze right in that low, well below the knee. When you're looking up to the ceiling like this, you're straining the neck in both the front and the back. So you really want to keep everything tight. Whew. And both legs are reaching up towards the ceiling. Head is heavy in the hands. Get the elbows wide, really supporting your head here. Squeezing the legs together, squeezing the heels together. Drop it down and lift. Using the breath as you pull. You're only dropping down as far as you can lift the legs back up with the lower abdominals. And 2, and 1. Pull the knees in, take a breath. One last part of this series. Bringing the hands behind the head, twisting across the body. Glue the elbow to the opposite knee. Stretch the leg out. So you've got left elbow glued to the right knee, left leg extended, lifting and lowering the leg. You're gonna need to breathe. People always ask me, should I be inhaling or exhaling? You should say, just keep breathing. Last 2. Let's go right into the opposite side. Turning away from you, but I'm still with you. Right elbow glued to the left knee. And lifting and lowering the right leg. Really engaging the obliques here. Last 2. Last 1. And done. Well, done with this part of the series. Let's pull the knees in. Couple circles in each direction. Using the breath. Bring your legs into a tabletop position. Arms are going to be out to the side, and then turn your palms so they're facing up, opening up through the shoulders. And now slowly letting your knees fall down towards the left as your gaze looks in the opposite direction. Both shoulders are staying down. And just breathing into the stretch. Maybe take the bottom ankle on top of the knee if that feels good. Slowly untangling, bring your gaze to center. Bring the legs to center. Let's do the other side. Gaze goes towards the left as your legs go to the right. And just breathing into the stretch. This should feel good. It's whatever feels good to you. Again, you can take that bottom ankle on top of the knee if it feels good. Inhale, entangle, bring your gaze to the center. Legs come to the center. Feet are down. Thinking again about second toe, middle of the ankle, middle of the knee, front of the hip, all in one straight line. Arms are at your sides. Take an inhale here, and as you exhale, imprint the spine. When you imprint the spine, your tailbone lifts ever so slightly. That's the beginning of your articulation into the bridge. Inhaling here. And as you exhale, slowly lifting the hips up into the bridge. Inhaling at the top. Notice that the shoulders are staying down. We're not getting any pressure on the neck here. As you exhale, think about reversing the movement, articulating the spine. Trying to have each vertebra hit individually. Going back to that neutral position. Inhale. Let's do that one more time. Exhale, imprint the spine to begin the articulation. And come up to your bridge. And articulating down with the exhalation. One more time. We're gonna go up into the bridge and then we're gonna hold. Holding in the bridge. Just check your pelvis, make sure it's straight. Your pelvis should be straight and level, almost as if you put a rod through those two hip points. That rod would be level and parallel to the floor. With your palms down at your sides, arms stretched out. Inhale. Again, thinking of that level pelvis. Unweight the right foot and lift your leg into a tabletop position. Check how this feels. A lot of times you gotta readjust the pelvis. Sometimes it falls down or lifts up high. You gotta find that level point. If you can maintain this, let's add some movement. Tapping the sacrum down and lifting up. It's a hinge. Tapping down and lifting up. Always checking how your pelvis looks. If you find you're sort of dropping off to the side, just hold. We're adding the movement to challenge the stability. The stability is the goal here. Last two. Come back to your hold. Gently let the right foot come down. Find that stable pelvis again. So again, check. Really feel the stability of the pelvis when you're in this supported 2-foot position. Now we're going to unweight that left foot, keeping a stable pelvis as you slowly bring that left leg into tabletop, holding here. Check your pelvis. Is it straight and level? If you can maintain that, let's add some movement. Tapping the sacrum down and lifting up. The sacrum's that triangular bone at the base of the spine, kind of a flat spot. Just tapping that down and lifting it back up. But again, if you find you're sort of dropping down on one side, see if you can adjust and hold. You can always add the movement back again. Let's do 2 more. Slowly letting that foot come down, and now articulating down. So think top of the back, middle of the back, articulating each vertebra until you come back to neutral. Well done. Let's finish up with some side work here. So the last thing we're gonna do, lying side, you can have your head propped up on your hand like me, or you can bring your head down on your arm, whatever feels most comfortable. Bring your legs straight out like a pencil so that your ankle, hip, and shoulder are in one straight line. Or you can take both those legs forward to give you a little more stability. whichever way feels most secure to you. I'm going to be halfway in between. Pointing the top foot, hovering the top leg over the bottom leg. Turn that leg out so that your knee and ankle are turning toward the ceiling, the femur bone rotating outward in the pelvis. Lift the leg up and lower down. Good. Keeping that little mouse hole underneath the waistline so that you're not collapsing into your mat. Two more. Come back to your hover, little circles here. So really trying to keep it small, maybe brushing the bottom foot. Again, it's about the stability. Reverse your circle. You're just rotating the femur bone in the pelvis. And pause. Close your legs, pull the knees forward. You're in a chair position. Check to make sure that the knees are stacked. Your hips are stacked, your knees are stacked. If your knee is fallen behind, the top knee is fallen behind the bottom knee, it's usually because the pelvis has moved. So let's get that back into position. Float the top leg, so there's about 3 inches between the knees and ankles. And now glue the ankles together and open and close the knees. These are your clamps. It's a pretty small range of motion. The goal again is to keep the pelvis level. So we're not looking to exaggerate the legs for the sake of the legs. It's about finding that stability. Holding here, lift both legs up and now continue to open and close. A lot more range of motion here, but a lot more temptation to let the hips sag back. You really want to keep the hips level. Again, imagine that spit coming down from the top of the hip through the floor, keeping you straight and level. Hold the knees open. If you can, staying stable, take the top hand onto the thigh. You're just going to extend the leg out, bring the feet back together, and close the knees. Let's do that 4 more times. Extend, feet together, close the knees, open, extend. Awesome. And last one. Whew, okay. Let's do all that on the other side and then we'll be done. So, just turning over onto the other side. Again, you can be straight like a pencil, propping your hand, or propping your head up with your hand. Both legs can come forward for a little more stability, whatever feels most secure for you. The goal is to have the pelvis and shoulders in a straight line. Top leg floats over the bottom leg. Outward rotation, knee and ankle pointing towards the ceiling as you lift up and lower down. I'm keeping my toes pointed the whole time. Always you can have the option here to flex on the way down, pointing up, flexing down. I'm going to keep mine pointed for now to help keep me in that outward rotation. Last 2. Come back to your hover, little circles here. Just brushing the bottom foot. Keep breathing, keep that little mouse hole underneath the waist so you're not collapsing into the mat. Reverse your circle. Pausing here, close the legs. Bending both knees, you're in your chair position. Again, get those knees stacked. When your knees are stacked, your pelvis is straight. Float the top leg over the bottom leg. Glue the ankles together. And now open and close the knees. These are your clamps. Hopefully you start to feel it in the glutes. If it's all in the feeling tight and all the strain is in your hip flexor, maybe try shifting your hips a little bit more forward because you really want to start getting that big glute max muscle engaged here. Lift both ankles up and continue to open and close the knees. Hold the knees open. If you can stay stable and place your hand as just a reminder to keep the thigh in place, you're going to extend that leg out. Feet come back together, close the knees. It's open, extend. Feet together, knees together. Open, extend. Good. 3 more. You should really be feeling into the glutes by now. And last one. Pound, pound, pound if you need it. Really great job. Let's do a couple quick breaths and stretch here. Sitting up nice and straight and tall. Extend one arm up. Let's just reach to the side. Getting length all along the side of the body. Should feel good. Reaching the fingertips up. Let's switch sides. Big long stretch. Maybe look into your elbow. And come down. Thanks for joining me. Hope this felt good. It felt great for me. You guys have helped keep me moving as well, and I can't wait to see you soon. See you.